Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. This morning I am here in Los Angeles and I am getting ready for an event and I wanted to bring you along for the journey. I have truly, literally just gotten up. I am still in my little pajamas. This is a very cute little pajama set I bought. That doesn't matter. I'm gonna do the full shebang with you. I just finished doing a little face massage to get the blood flowing in my face and we're gonna get ready from head to toe. My friends, let us start with, well, my favorite thing. I'm gonna put white strips in. I don't talk about this very much, but I definitely sporadically use white strips. Whenever I'm getting ready for a special event or I've just been drinking too much coffee or black tea, I like to pop one of these bad boys in just to soak and do its thing while I'm getting ready. So starting with white strips. Then I'm gonna do skincare. I did pack my Tatcha Dewy Skin lineup. So I've got the serum and the cream. And this has just been a really excellent base to put on before makeup. I feel like it makes my skin feel so juicy, so plumped up. And this is kind of a lineup that I do for makeup. You know, like I wouldn't wear this alone if I wasn't putting makeup on top of it. It's a very beautiful option when you're prepping for makeup. And when I wear this, I feel like I don't need a primer because it is so juicy and dewy itself. So there's the Dewy Skin Serum. I always get so red every time I touch myself. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with the cream. It does come with this little spoon, but I just dip a knuckle in there and take a good amount, put it all over, and just blend that in. I actually don't know what I'm wearing yet. I have a few options. So I don't know if I'm gonna be doing a high neck or a low neck, so we're just gonna prep the neck for anything just in case. I'm also gonna take a little bit of my NUDESTIX lip balm, which this one's almost out. This is the Nude Skin Lip Butter. She has been very used and loved by me, but let's get this on the lips and get them nice and primed and juicy. So I'm actually here in LA with NUDESTIX and we were doing a very exciting shoot for my blush shade Picante, which I'm gonna talk about in a bit. And then I have the event that I'm going to today for their summer launches. And on the shoot, I was actually really excited. I got to try their new sunscreen and I've been using it over the last couple of days since I received these in the shoot. And I'm gonna use it today since we are going outside. It's a beautiful sunny day, so I'm gonna make sure we got the sunscreen on. And I have the shades Cool and Warm. They have 3 shades of these that cover everybody. Cool has no tint. Warm is a very nice warm tint. And then they have the shade Hot, which is a deep tint. Me being the pale gal that I am, I'm gonna take some Cool. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit of Warm and, oh, there we go. Hopefully you can see, let me show you this way. Can you see how dark that is? Like obviously that's way too deep for my skin tone. So I'm just adding a little bit to the shade Cool to give it a nice warm tint. I'm gonna mix them together and put that on my skin. So it just adds a little bit of warmth as I apply it, but this is like a really nice, very juicy feeling product. Really exciting new launch from NUDESTIX. I'll put a little bit like on the rest of my limbs as well when I decide what I'm wearing, but for now I'll just rub that into my hands. And we've got our sunscreen on. You can see like there's no thickness or white cast. It's a really, really beautiful formula. And it's reef safe, which is very exciting. So that's the sunscreen. Then I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. This has just been such a go-to for me, honestly. It's such a beautiful shade. I also have a fake tan applied. So the shade 4 is kind of my perfect little fake tan match. And I kind of apply this differently depending on what I'm feeling, but right now I'm just gonna take it with my fingers. I blend that in. Oh my god, it's gonna be so nice on top of this base. Like look at how beautiful that coverage is. It honestly is such a gorgeous, juicy formula. If you have dry skin, it just gives the most beautiful, natural looking glow. And I'm gonna take that down my neck as well. I'm looking in the viewfinder, but I'm also gonna need to switch up and use a mirror here so I can make sure everything's blended in. But because it's like juicy enough and I have such hydrating products underneath it, I can just really easily blend that in with my fingers. But of course I always have my beauty blender on hand just to make sure that everything is okay around the edges, especially around my nose, making sure that there's no lines left on my chin. Yeah, it's a really, really pretty coverage. I love that one. Not much has changed on the concealer front. I'm still using my 2 Makeup Forever self-setting concealers. I'm using the shade 22 first just to highlight and brighten up any areas that I need, aka under my eyes, because sleep just never seems to be a good thing for me. There's always a little bit of darkness under there. Darkness. And then I'm highlighting the center of my face. Melissa Herkman is amazing. I finally had the pleasure of meeting her. She's a fabulous makeup artist who is based here in LA, and I have followed her for years. I've recreated looks from her before. I'm obsessed. Her work is amazing, and I had the absolute pleasure of finally meeting her on this trip, and she was there doing the makeup on the shoot, and she was giving some beautiful tips related to this concealer and the base as well. So I really want to do something. I want to utilize her tips somehow and have her teach us her ways, because it's always a lovely experience learning from the pros. So dear Melissa, I'm gonna be stalking you soon. Please give us all your tips. But yeah, she had some really good things to say about concealer and powder that I want to try and learn. So until then, I'm just putting this concealer everywhere. Before I left on this lovely little adventure, I actually picked up 2 travel sizes of my MAC Fix Plus and the Benefit Professional Super Setter to keep in my little travel bag, which is very lovely and handy to have. So I'm going to take a little bit of the Benefit. So I'll just say Professional and Benefit at the same time. But I'm going to take some of this setting spray and just set that in and let it soak into the concealer. Get it all nice and wet and dewy. And while that is setting in and doing its self-setting moment, I'm actually gonna do my brows. I'm using my Dior Brow Styler. This one's in the shade Blonde. And I'm just gonna really quickly fill in my brows using this pencil. Okay, so I filled in my brows. I'm actually gonna blend in the concealer before I put any brow gel in, because I find that when I'm blending in the concealer and then my cream bronzer, I always end up ruining the brows and I have to go back in later with the brow gel anyway, so I'm just condensing it to one time. So I'm gonna take my beauty blender and now I'm going to blend out all of the concealer and hopefully it'll leave perfect, flawless skin in its wake. And there she is, all blended out. I love this concealer. It is the best concealer. Time for contour. Huda Beauty Tantour in Fair. I'm gonna use this to chisel out my cheeks. And my sideburns always rudely get in the way here. I'm gonna take a tiny little bit of that on my eyelids as well, actually. Just to kind of prep them with warmth. I'm gonna like pre-blend that in. I saw someone do this on Instagram and I was like, wow, that's brilliant. Why don't I do this with my cream bronzer? Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. This is a lovely little travel size version that I have. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and preset the under eye. This was a little tip from Melissa. She said to preset the face with a lighter powder before doing any kind of baking. And I thought that was a very fun tip. I'll need to get more details from her, but I'm gonna just try this today. Just do a little tiny little preset with it. Okay, so now I feel like I can go ahead and go in with brow gel, and this is really exciting. I don't have final thoughts on this yet. I'm still testing it out, but when we were in Sweden, if you guys missed my Instagram stories, I did get my hands on the Got2b for brows, which is very exciting. If you've watched my channel for a while, it's kind of a long story, but we used to use the Got2b hair gel in our brows for a very long time, and Got2b listened to the people, and they made a version for brows, but it's currently only available in like Germany and maybe some other surrounding areas in Europe. It's not over here in North America yet, so I got my hands on it to give it a try. So here she is, the Got2b brow gel, brow glue, for brows. And I'm giving it a little testy test, so I'll keep you guys posted on how it wears and what my thoughts are, but so far, she's pretty beautiful. Okay, for the eyes, I'm just gonna do a really quick, little, easy, smoky eye. I'm gonna take my Victoria Beckham Cocoa pencil, and I'm gonna use this to line my lash line, and just smudge that out, to start. I'm taking that on the lower lash line too and smudging that out. And this is one of the most creamy formulas in the entire world. Like, you could truly continue blending this forever. So I just kind of, once I'm done smudging it into the lash line, I just take a little bit and I just go right into the crease, and it just keeps going. Then for shadow, I've got the Victoria Beckham Signature Palette. I'm gonna take this little cool tone brown here with a fluffy brush and just basically pat that on top to set it in. It's a little bit more cool toned than the liner when you're like looking at it in the package, but once they're all blended out, it's actually like quite a similar shade. So this is basically just setting in that liner. And I'm just gonna take a little blending brush and go over top of all of that. And I know that I just recently used this in a getting ready video, but I'm actually gonna take that ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Fine Pearl, which has cracked in the travels, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure I can just like push this back in. But it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous color. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls wear ColourPop Super Shock shadows. I'm just gonna take that same brush and I'm just gonna pat a little bit, because sometimes when I apply it with my hand, it can be a bit too much. Like, this can be very intense. So I just wanna take a little bit. Oh my God. So I'm just using the brush so that I can apply just a little dusting of it. And I'm just putting that right in the center, just for a little glow on the eyes. For mascara, I'm using my little Dior combo. This is the Iconic Over Curl, and then it's also the Maximizer 3D Primer. And then I'm gonna go ahead and apply my Victoria Beckham O2 Lip Definer. And then I'm gonna finish off the face with my collection with NUDESTIX. If you guys are new to my channel, hello, welcome. This is my beautiful collection that I created with NUDESTIX in 2021. This is my blush Picante, and then this is my little Beachy Nudes mini kits, which has a mini Bondi Bay bronzer, a mini Picante blush, and a mini Bubbly Bebe highlight. And I love this box so much. I keep it in the box. There is a tin, you don't have to keep the box, but I just love the artwork on the box. I think it's the cutest thing. And I am actually here in LA to be celebrating the official global launch of Picante and the Beachy Nudes kit, and that's actually what I really wanted to talk to you guys about today. So if you missed my last vlog, I did briefly touch on it at the end when I was getting ready to head to LA, but I am really excited and so proud to announce that Picante has made its way into the permanent lineup of the NUDESTIX blushes. So from here on out, Picante is here to stay. She is going to be adding the lineup and will be available everywhere that NUDESTIX is available. She's right in there with the blushes. I am so excited and could not be happier to be here celebrating that. And really exciting news about the Beachy Nudes kit as well. This is not going to be permanent. This is still limited edition, but with the global rollout of Picante happening from today, from March 4th, the Beachy Nudes kit is also going to be available everywhere that NUDESTIX is available for the season. So basically it's part of the like summer skin collection. This is going to be the mini kit that is highlighted everywhere that NUDESTIX is sold, and it will be available until the end of summer, like basically until they roll out their fall collection. So this is limited edition. I would definitely recommend getting your hands on it. But officially, as of today, March 4th, Picante and the Beachy Nudes kit will be available everywhere that NUDESTIX is available, which is so exciting. I know that so many of you have waited to get your hands on this, and I'm gonna write all of the retailers and like put all that information in the description box down below, because as of March 4th is when it's gonna start rolling out, but there's still a few retailers. I'm not really sure how that works on the back end, but there's a few areas and a few retailers that won't be getting it like until later in the summer. Like, it's gonna start rolling out now as of March 4th. It's gonna be available going into the summer depending on where it is located. So I'm gonna put all the information and all the retailers in the description box down below. But you guys, I am so excited, and I'm heading to the event today to celebrate the launch of their new sunscreen, to celebrate the launch of their summer skin, and also the official global announcement of Picante and Beachy Nudes entering the NUDESTIX family. Well, Picante entering the NUDESTIX family forever. So I'm so thrilled, and obviously I'm gonna be wearing Picante today to honor this moment. So this is the beautiful Nudies Matte here. I love this color, and I had created this shade in particular because I don't know if you guys remember, but I do have an obsession with orange, especially when it comes to summer, bronzeness, glowing skin. And I just found that it was impossible to find a true orange blush. Everything always pulled a little bit more pink, a little bit more grapefruit. And I just wanted something to really embody that true like sunset, summer skin orange. And couldn't find it. So NUDESTIX was very, very gracious and kind to embark on the creation journey with me, and we created PICANTE, which is the most gorgeous, perfect orange blush, truly, in my humble opinion. Obviously, I am biased, but it's one of those colors that looks so terrifying in the container, but once you actually apply it, like you can apply as little or as much as you want. And obviously, like this is a shade that truly, in my opinion, works on all skin tones. It's pigmented enough that the deepest skins can use it. And you can also really, really sheer it out so that the most pale skins can use it as well. I just think it's the most gorgeous color. And obviously, like for me, I do prefer this paired with like summery, bronzy skin. And this is like a very true spring summer shade for me. And as you can see here, I'm just patting it out with my finger, and it's just so unique. I love it. It just makes me feel warm and summery, and I'm so happy that you guys have loved it too, and obviously enough so that NUDESTIX very kindly made this a permanent part of the range. So I am so thrilled, and their nudies products are also lip and cheek appropriate, or all over the face really if you want. You could also put this on your eyes. So I do like to put on a lip liner, and I just like to pat it in the center and do that lovely little monochrome look with the lip and the blush together. If you want more, you can always just apply it directly from the tube, but I like to just pat it in with my finger. And that is PICANTE applied. And now let me just give you guys a little look-see at the Beachy Nudes kit. This is the tin that it comes in, and you can see the 3 little minis here. It's so perfect for travel. And there's the 3 little minis there, the little mini PICANTE. This is actually great, especially when you're wearing it as a lip, because you can just put this in your purse and touch up on the go. I mean, all of these, you can do that, but it's so great. I love the minis, they're so fabulous. And I'm also gonna take my little bubbly baby and just pat that on to finish off as my highlight. Put a little bit on my nose too. So this is my very exciting news of the day, my friends. All the info will be in the description box down below. Thank you guys so much for your love and support on PICANTE. I hope that you love them as much as I love them, and I am just so excited to be sharing this news with you. And now I'm officially running a little bit late, so let's just finish up this face. I actually also bought a little mini of the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Ooh, she's fresh. So I'm gonna take my beauty blender and just dip the sponge into the powder, pat that off on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna use this to basically set the entirety of my face now that we've applied all of our cream products, that is. A final spritz of my Benefit Professional spray to lock everything in. And that is the finished makeup look. Now I've got to tackle the hair. I actually packed my little GHD curve iron, and I'm just gonna be touching up a few of the curls. My hair is left over from the shoot, so there's still like a lot of volume and product left over in here. I'm gonna pretty much, hello, leave it big and volumized and perhaps a little bit frizzy, but I'm just gonna be touching up a few of the curls around my hair. Okay, and there's the hair done. I've touched up the curls. Now I need to decide what I'm wearing. And once I'm dressed, I'll show you the finished look. All right, friends, I am dressed. I am ready to go. I did a full creamy white little ensemble. It's not like, okay, listen, it's not cold today, but it's not warm. It's supposed to be 20 degrees with like a breeze, which is chilly. Like I could wear a sweater in that. And if you're in the shade, anyway, I don't know. So I decided to not go for the dress that I packed, and I went for the blazer option. So we are vlogging. We've been vlogging this entire time in LA. We did the BTS of the shoot. I'm gonna bring you along with me to the event, and you guys will see that vlog on Monday. So hopefully we'll get some full clippity clips of the look in its entirety. But I'm not gonna show you the hotel floor right now. We're gonna go outside and get some nice clips. So maybe I'll put the full outfit here. I And then if you come back on Monday, we'll have the full vlog for your viewing pleasure. So I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me today. This is the finished look. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all of your love and support always. And I can't wait for you guys to be able to get your hands on PICANTE everywhere. And that's it from me. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you very soon for a new video. Bye!